Hello, my darlings. Hope you're doing very well. In today's video, I am going to be somewhat designing one of my next tattoos. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you may know that I have absolutely zilch drawing skills. Even drawing a love heart for me is hard, okay? But mocking up script tattoos is pretty easy because I basically just type and then like boom it's there. I just have to pick the font kind of thing as a reference or to show the artist what I would like. I've recently did this with a tattoo I'm actually getting tomorrow, so I'm filming this on Tuesday the 26th of April. I'm getting tattooed tomorrow. I'm getting my finger tattoos touched up that I got recently, which is the L and R, and then the sword. The sword has struggled quite a bit on my finger, unfortunately, weirdly, so I'm getting those touched up tomorrow. And while I'm there, I'm getting another tattoo from one of my favourite films growing up for years and years and years and years, and that is Die Hard. A bit of a weird one, but I'm basically just getting Yippee-ki-yay tattooed in a gap on my leg. And I did a mock-up. I will show you it. First of all, though, I need to show you what I'm dealing with. If you follow my social media, you will know the struggle I'm going through right now. Do you see this? Yeah, I'd say 1/6 of my screen is damaged. A random bit of black plastic was on my keyboard, and I finished filming Saturday it was. That's when I was filmed the video that I posted on Monday, and I was like, I'm gonna upload 5 videos this week. I'm on a roll, let's go. And yeah, I filmed like a couple of videos on that day and edited a video, and then I was like, right, okay, I'm done for the weekend. I'm gonna go out for food. Put down the lid of my laptop, which I don't normally do. I don't know why I did it. And I heard this crunch and I was just like, oh my God, what the hell was that? Opened my laptop screen back up and then I saw, 1/6 of it is all negative. So I'm debating, like, do I get it fixed? Do I not? So, yay for me. Serves me right for being on a roll. Serves me right for being productive, I guess. So yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. So what I'm going to be doing is on a tiny little bit of screen right now. But yeah, let me show you what I did recently for a reference. This is what I recently did on Photoshop to show the tattoo artist, who will be Gaz, who is touching up my fingers and stuff. So I kind of just did this to show how big the gap is, because it is quite a small gap, and I'm like, I don't know if this is going to work, but I played about on Photoshop, and as you can see, like, I gave him as much information as I possibly could. So I just typed it out there to make sure it kind of fit in the gap. I gave him the font that I used and said, or use something similar, and then wrote it out there, so you could always just trace it if you wanted to. And then I sent it to Midge, who is Tom's sister, who works at this tattoo studio, and he praised me for it. He said that he wished every tattoo client would do it. And honestly, I wish I could draw, so then I could maybe make things better for tattoo artists in the long run, but I can't, so I normally just let them do whatever they want. But with this, I kind of wanted it a little bit more specific than I would normally go for, just because it is a small gap. And I wanted to make sure, it would work before I even attempted to get it or whatever. And I had a specific sort of font in mind as well. I wanted it to be readable, but kind of cursive at the same time, because sometimes with cursive writing, it's not that readable, especially if it is a tiny, tiny gap. You want it to be readable. So this is what I'm going to be doing today for another tattoo that I will be getting next week. But this will be with a tattoo artist called Meg. I really want to fill in this gap that I have on my hand here. I don't know, it just looks very plain to me. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like it sticks out quite a lot, because with this hand, the leaves kind of, they come down onto this gap there. So it looks a bit more filled out, but this one, it doesn't. And I've wanted writing there for a very long time. I'm not sure who I've seen. Well, I've probably seen a lot of people with writing here in like a very nice font. And I don't know, I just feel like it looks very nice and elegant, and just, I don't know, it's really nice. Today, I'm just going to show you guys what I did with that one for this. So with the previous one, I basically just made a, you know, plain, let's call it a sheet. I don't know what they call it for Photoshop. It's the background. I don't know. Now, yeah, I'm doing this on Photoshop, by the way. You can probably already tell. I pay for my Photoshop because I obviously need it pretty much every day to make thumbnails. That's how I make my thumbnails. I can't do anything fancy with Photoshop. You know, people can make beautiful works of art on Photoshop and they edit their photos on Photoshop, and I'm just like, I cannot, please. But I do make my thumbnails on there because I've watched a couple of tutorials on YouTube here and there. But you can get a free trial of Photoshop as well. You get like 30 days free. So should you ever need to do something like this, just a heads up, you know. I'm sure there's other apps and stuff you could use. Maybe there's something online, I'm not sure. But yeah, I feel like Photoshop is easy, accessible for everyone as well. So the size of the background, the sheet that I used with my previous one, was the same one that I used to make my thumbnails, which is 1280 by 720 pixels at 144 ppi. I don't know what that means. Okay, so let's just create. So here we have the blank sheet. Now I took a photo of, let's put that in there like that. So I took a photo right here of my hand with a tape measure. So the artist, Meg, knows the gap that she's dealing with because it is quite small. I think if we started there to about there, I think she has like 2 and a bit inches to work with. So to get font in there might be hard, so that's why I'm kind of playing around today to, you know, figure out what kind of font style I want. Again, it probably can't be too cursive because it's going to be too small and you want it to be readable. Meg actually specializes normally in fine line tattoos, which in the long run will probably be very helpful because she's very good at being very accurate and precise. I do want this to be kind of bold because that is my style, but because we are working with a limited space, it might have to be a little bit finer, which is fine, you know, which is fine. It's fine that it's fine. I might have to brighten this photo up, to be honest with you. No, I'll try and figure out how I do that. Oh, wait, I need to agree. That's it. That's fine. Okay, so that's all in there. And then if I... adjustments. So if I do a brightness, let's see if I can brighten this up a bit. Just so I can see what the hell is going on. And the tattoo, I don't want to play around with the contrast too much. There, so that might be a bit better. Also, I will actually be vlogging this day when I get tattooed. I have asked permission. I don't normally vlog my tattoo sessions because, one, I feel like everybody does that, you know. I'd rather just sit down and talk as if I'm talking to a friend. That's how I kind of make my videos, if that makes any sense. Like, we're just sitting down, we're talking. But I thought I would kind of document this whole process from me, you know, creating the tattoo. It's script. I'm not creating anything. To then, you know, getting the tattoo and seeing, you know, if it looks how it does from my reference, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I've asked permission. I asked Tom's sister to ask the studio owner to ask the tattoo artist that I'm getting tattooed by on the day to make sure it's okay for me to have a camera in the studio and what have you. Just because, yeah, you know, this is someone's place of work. I don't want to be... I've never been that YouTuber that's like, you know, all camera in everybody's faces kind of thing. Like, the only person I can think of right now that comes to mind is like Jake Paul and Logan Paul, you know, like those over the top vloggers. Like, I'd never want to come across as someone like that. Like, I never want to annoy someone. That's why I don't normally vlog in studios. I've done it a few times, but yeah, I like to be respectful, if that makes any sense. You know, I don't want to have a reputation of that arsehole that just whacks out their camera all the time. But yeah, I will be vlogging that. Sorry, excuse me, my mouth is so dry. Okay, so that's all in there. I feel like that's a good space for me to work with right now. Like I was saying, I want to have like a... I haven't even told you what I'm doing. What am I getting on my hand? I want the word darling. I already have the word darling tattooed on me. That's part of my Patsy Stone tattoo. So I have Sweetie Darling tattooed on me, but that, because that's on my thigh, it's not like a super visible tattoo. And darling, I mean, I say it in the intro of my videos, but darling is like one of my favourite words. It has been for years and years and years and years and years. My mum would say it every now and then. And yeah, I just like the word, and I feel like that would look very nice in this gap. I will do a capital D for now. Depending on the font that I choose, I might change it to a lowercase a lowercase d. Let's make that a little bit bigger as well. Let's go for 60 for now. Okay, now obviously if I was to move this over here like that, it's just not going to fit. So I'm going to have to play around with, you know, what's this? See, the thing is, I'm trying to make this video to be helpful, but I don't know the terminology. I'm having a mare right now. The terminology of stuff. So with Photoshop, you can arch it, warp it. There you go. You can warp it. So I would probably have to make it go under, which will be like this, like that. So I need to play around with all of that to make sure it fits correctly. Okay, now I don't want this font. You know, and I have nothing against this font. It's not done anything to me personally, but it's not my style. So I'm just going to go through like some fonts that I have here. So that could be kind of cute, but I feel like it might be a bit too scripty, maybe. I don't know. I would love to have something like this, but I don't think it would work personally for the limited space that we have here. Hang on, let me twist this around. There we go. Like, I want it to be fancy, but not too fancy, you know? And I don't want to use the same font that I used for the one on my leg, which I think was this one. That's a little bit too playful for me for my hand. Does that make any sense? Like, it's not giving the vibe that I want. See, again, this is really cute, but it's not that readable, you know? And it doesn't help that there's probably not enough space for it. Let's let it have some breathing space. Okay, now I can't see. Let's put that back over there. Okay. Let's have a look. No. That's very nice. But again, I don't think it would be readable enough for the small gap that I have. I need to be realistic here. Ooh. This could be the one, maybe? I like that one. Sign Painter. What else have we got? Ooh, I like that one as well. Because I feel like this one is a lot more readable than the Sign Painter one. Because with the Sign Painter one, as you can see, the R kind of looks a little bit like an N, you know. But with this one, it looks very readable. I think I might go for that one, you know. Let's see. Maybe if I can put this in bold. Can I put it in bold? Yes, I can. That's much better for me. So it's still quite fine and delicate, but you still have that boldness. Okay, so if I slide this over to here, like so, and then... Oh. Okay. Right, now we need to do the fun part of rearranging and sizing. The only thing is the L is quite high. So what I could do is erase it a little bit, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, it's still a bit too big. And then that's going to go onto my leaf on my rose, which I don't want. And I think I'm going to have to arch it a little bit more. So if I go back to text, go back to here. If we bend it a wee bit more, like that. Horizontal? No, I don't want to be playing around with that. Okay. Maybe bend it. Now I'm having issues with the G. So I could again add in my own tail for the G, because I like everything else. It's just the L's a little bit too long and the curve for the G is a little bit too low down, if that makes sense. So I can rearrange that myself. Let's slide around like this. So I feel like if it was to I need to zoom in a little bit here so I can have a little bit more free roam. There we go. I can see what I'm doing now. Twist it a wee bit like that. Like that. See, I don't mind the G going on into my palm because I think that will have to happen because otherwise I have a very tiny gap. So it will go on into my sort of palm area, which is fine for me. I do eventually want my palms tattooed anyway. So if it overlaps on to my palm, I'm fine with that. Obviously healing might be a different story because healing tattoos on your palm area is obviously quite hard. I think I might have to arc it a little bit more. That might help. I need to put the D where I want. I need to put the D where I want it. I think I need to shrink it a bit more. See, now that would be perfect, but I need to lower the I. I kind of think the D would be better bigger as well. Maybe, I think, yeah, if it took up a little bit more space. So what I could do, there's a lot of finessing here. Okay, right, I'm deleting that. Let's put the D where I want it. I'm sorry, I'm so immature. And then I'll put the Arling. I need to make this bigger. There we go. And then if I sort of arch it a little bit more. Fabulous. Okay, I love that. Now I need to put Arling. Arling. Love that for me. Wait. Okay, what has happened here? Oh, because it's not right. I see what's happened here. It's because it's not connected to the D, and then that's right. This is very trial and error for me. I think I'm going to go back to just the original. I think it just worked a lot better when I did it like this. Okay. Hopefully you guys kind of saw what I was trying to do there, but I think it just works better like this. Okay, so I need to sort out the G, the L, and maybe the dot above. And then fiddle about with that. Okay, so what I can do is use the eraser tool and then get rid of that and then make my own curvature. Maybe, possibly. Who knows? Get rid of that. And then just put that down a little bit. Yeah. That's cool. Okay, now can I make my own, where's the paint tool? I know, whoa, not that big. Jeez Louise. Right, let's make it black. Okay, right, so I could easily just do one dot like that. Boom. Maybe a little bit smaller. Let's make that a little bit smaller. Let's do 12 maybe? Let's try 12. No, maybe a bit bigger than that. 14 feels like a good number for me. Boom. That was easy. I need to kind of round this up a little bit. I don't think it's... Let's try 12 for this one. Like that. I mean, it's obviously messy, but... So if I can sort of... It's going to look awful. Because obviously it looks terrible. Let me see if I can sort of clean this up because I need to make it go thinner towards the end to sort of match all of, you know, this little thin bits here and there. Let's shrink that a little bit to make this a lot easier for me. So if I can... do that. Now, it's not going to be perfect, but again, it gives the tattoo artist, Meg, a sort of idea of the kind of thing I'm going for, right? Oh, hell yeah. Okay, I've just found a tool. I don't know what I've clicked. What am I even doing right now? What is this? I've clicked this. What is this? I don't know what I'm doing, but this is going to help me a ton. Damn it. Okay. And then I can bring that down like that. I don't really want to be messing around with that bit too much. Obviously, the quality of, you know, the G at the end there isn't that great. I think I might have to get rid of this bit here as well. Maybe? Hang on. Let's have a look here. Like that. That G, the end of that G is bothering me so much because it's not neat at all. That might be a bit better. Again, this is why I do not design my own tattoos normally, and now I've just got rid of some of the G that I wanted. There we go, that'll do. It's a little bit better. It looks a lot more cleaner anyway. Okay, might move it over a wee bit. Okay, so I feel like that's personally a good reference kind of thing. Like, I feel like that it kind of explains what I want. What I can do as well is I can duplicate that, and then I can move it over here. So there is something there for Meg to either copy or, you know, edit for herself, so she can put this into either Photoshop or whatever else tattoo artists use, Procreate I think it is, and rectify it, make it look better. But she kind of has a guide of, you know, what I want there. What I could do to make this even easier for Meg is say, you know, what the font is, and there we go. Now obviously it looks all a bit strange over here, but it makes sense on my hand there. I'll also send this picture over but with no editing on it. I could maybe do that now. Let's see if I've got space for it. If I put that there and then just erase this top half. There's probably an easy way of doing this, but this is just the way I do these things. There we go. Very badly done, but we move. You can see what is happening here, right? So there's everything there that a tattoo artist needs to figure out what I've done, what they're tattooing. I personally feel like this is a very descriptive way of showing your tattoo artist what you want when it comes to font. You have the font that you've used, what you kind of envision it looking like. Obviously it's a rough thing. It's not going to look like that when it's done professionally, of course, because, you know, there's only so much a person can do with the lack of knowledge of Photoshop. I've got the size of the placement there because of the tape measure just right there. There's a plain picture over here, so if a tattoo artist wanted to sort of draw on there, they could. I've said what the font is, what I've done, you know, I've edited the I and the G. So if the, oh, and I edited the L as well, didn't I? Let's do a capital L. So hopefully this has helped you in some way. It's something different. I don't think I've ever done a video like this before. Because again, I normally do let tattoo artists do whatever they want. So for example, with my perfume bottle there, I pretty much just said, hey, I would like a vintage looking perfume bottle tattoo, and I just let the artist do whatever they want kind of thing. But I feel like with script, it's a lot easier to sort of do yourself for references. Again, this is a reference. It doesn't have to be exactly like this. And hopefully that is helpful. It might not be. It may be. Who knows? But like I said, I will be vlogging the day, so you'll get to see the final result and see what Meg has kind of interpreted from my design there. I'm also getting another tattoo on that day from another artist in the studio called Ella. She's just doing a little love heart for me with the word dogs in it. I'll just leave that to Ella to figure out. I don't know. It is going to be in quite a small gap as well, so that might be tricky, but we'll see how it goes on the day. Anyway, let me know if you like this kind of content, if you'd like to see more of this kind of thing. Again, I don't know how much script I'll be getting in the future, and again, I can't draw, so I don't know. But maybe then I should make a video of making sort of like a reference board for you guys that can't draw either, because I want to be booking in with a tattoo artist that I've been tattooed by before, who is Paula Castle. Her books are opening soon. Tom's sister wants to get tattooed by her as well, so I think we're going down together or what have you when we book in. And I want a tattoo for my favourite horror films, which is Quiet Place. I've had this idea in my head for a long time. I think I might have actually mentioned it in a video ages ago, but I want the radio that's in Quiet Place and then words run underneath it, so I could maybe make a reference for that if you guys are interested in seeing that. Or like a reference board, because I want a specific font for that one as well, actually, thinking about it. I want it to be like kind of scratchy, horror-y. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching, and until my next video, bye.